Hey guys, it's Kinzi, your favorite garage gym girly, and as the title suggests, I am reviewing and breaking down the Fringe Sport Dragonfly. I feel like maybe I felt a small portion of how Fringe Sport felt when they were trying to release this to market, because you guys have been in my inbox asking me what my final thoughts are on the Dragonfly. For those of you that don't know, I brought home the floor production model from Home Gym Con. I did a review on that back in July, and I was very adamant to say, hey, this is the production model, so this is just a look, see. Yeah, now I have the final version. Fringe Sport was nice enough to send this to me, and I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on if this is an improvement from the floor model or not, and if it's worth the price tag. So let's get into it. Let's start with the issues that I had from the floor production model. That way you guys don't have to painfully sit and watch my old video back from July. So the issues I had with the production model, there was a lot of slop here in this joint. It seemed like no matter how tight I tightened down this bolt right here, that it still had slop in it. I almost had to tighten it down so tight that then I couldn't move this arm back and forth like it's supposed to be able to. So that was my main issue. The second issue is there was a lot of tolerance and give here in this joint. And so when I would push too far forward or pull back on this arm, this would scrape on this half circle, which didn't sound very good and it didn't feel very good either. I'm happy to report that neither of those things are an issue now. Now that we have me and the Dragonfly's history out of the way, let's jump into the review. I'm going to let you guys know exactly why you should spend your hard-earned cash on this piece of equipment, or exactly why you shouldn't, depending on the few things that I point out might become negatives to you guys, and it might steer you away from purchasing the Dragonfly. But either way, let's get into it so I can show you guys exactly what this bad boy can do. I want to show you guys real time what it looks like to have this thing loaded up and do a real set on it so you guys can see and spot if there's any movement in the Dragonfly as I perform a heavy lateral raise. I say heavy, but there's 12.5 pounds on each weight horn to be transparent. Don't act like you guys do more. You know how it is training shoulders. So I want you guys to watch right here to see if you can spot any shaking under the load or any movement. I certainly can't feel any and I don't spot any, but I know you guys appreciate seeing it in real time so you guys can make your own decisions. So why I like lateral raises on the Dragonfly is because of the way these arms are shaped. It makes it so the weight is already really heavy right here, and that's what you want, because when you use dumbbells, you lose a lot of the weight right here in this range of motion. And so that's why it's angled out like this, and it looks like a dragonfly, which is super cute. But anyways, that's why it's angled out like that, so that you can feel the load of the weight sooner in the movement, and that just means bigger shoulders. So as far as lateral raises go on the Dragonfly, 10 out of 10. I like that you can feel a majority of the weight in the starting position of the movement. That's the whole point of these things, is you want a different feel from dumbbells, and the Dragonfly definitely provides that. There is two different angles on this arm, so I want to show you guys your options. To be honest, I never use the other angle because, like I said, I feel the heaviest in the starting position where it's at right now. But like I said, I'll show you guys your options. So your other option is this right here. And then because this thing has all these different holes right here, you can change the starting position to wherever you want. This is more helpful for chest flies. That way you're not having to reach clear down in a weird starting position. So yeah, all the adjustments you could ever want and need are on the Dragonfly, so you can do whatever crazy movement you guys are into. One of my favorites is that you can choose from a free moving handle, or with this pin that Fringe Sport supplies, you can lock it into place. I think this is more helpful for chest flies. I like a free moving handle for lateral raises and a locked handle for chest flies, but to each their own, you have options. My other favorite, it's all my favorite. My other favorite is the storage option. I'm so glad Fringe Sport thought about this because it's really annoying to take this off the rack with the arms moving around. So you can lock the arms in place and put it in what I call storage mode. You just pull these pop pins, fold the arm up, and now this is all locked into place so that when you pull it off of your rack, it's a lot more convenient. Because you can see when I pull it off the rack, this arm is not moving. This arm is flopping around everywhere. So really easy and convenient to put it into storage mode so you can put it on the back of your rack and it doesn't really take up that much space. Maybe, I don't know, 1.5 feet off your rack. So not bad. A nice thought that Fringe Sport included for the Dragonfly. Okay, now this is the most important part of the review. I'm going to show you something that I haven't seen showcased yet. This footage is of me trying every possible position I can think of to get the chest flies to work. This obviously isn't the first time I've tried this because I've had the Dragonfly since July. There are some loose claims that the Dragonfly could perform chest flies, but I'm under the opinion that chest flies are not best on this piece. That being said, I have tried every single popular lateral raise rack attachment on the market, and none of them perform chest flies very well. I've tried the Revolt, I've tried the Mikolo Timu one with the forehead pad for chest flies. I've got to try the Bells of Steel boulder shoulder. I've even had the Gentleman Fitness Club for the last while. Every single one of these have had trade-offs, and most of them don't perform the chest fly very well. So if you're looking for a rack attached lateral raise that does both very well, it just doesn't exist yet. I will say the chest flies did feel a lot better with the extended handles. I don't have the inside scoop if Fringe Sport is building on this ecosystem. If I find out, I'll pin it in the comments. Because there is a threading, you can screw in eye bolts or handles, and it does make me think there's something in the works. For now, all of us tinkerers, if that's a word, can have fun tinkering. All right, let's wrap this up once and for all. I know you guys are going to ask in the comments. So, what has been my favorite lateral raise rack attachment that I've used since I've tried all of them and owned a few of them? And I'm going to say the Dragonfly definitely, along with the Timu and Mikolo one. The difference is definitely in the build quality. With the Dragonfly, you have much thicker gauge steel, metal bushings, and things of that nature. You guys saw that I was only loading up 12.5 pounds on each side. So the Mikolo one was fine for me, but if you're someone who, is really trying to lift heavy with your shoulders, the Mikolo one's not going to be good for you. Another thing about that one is you just don't feel as much load in the beginning of the movement as you do with the Dragonfly. And so that is a huge sell point for me, because that's the whole reason why we want lateral raise rack attachments, is just something different from dumbbells, a different variety in our training. So if you're looking to purchase a lateral raise rack attachment, I think you guys should go with the Dragonfly. If you're looking to save money and you don't really care about the build quality as much, you can go ahead and purchase the Mikolo Timu one, because that one does do chest flies a little bit better. Still not the best, but again, none of them really perform chest flies that great. So that is my breakdown of the Dragonfly. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this. Just leave them down in the comments. If I find out Fringe Sport is looking to expand on this ecosystem with the Dragonfly, I will pin a comment and let you guys know. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.